complex number. What is complex number? What is complex number? Why we need to study on complex number? So, in our study, previous study, we learned about numbers. We have natural number. What is natural numbers? For natural number, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. And then we have integers, whole numbers. Whole numbers. We have whole numbers. We have negative numbers in whole numbers. Number pula. So we have negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and etc. And then we learn about decimal numbers. We have, which we call it as a rational number. So we have a rational number. We have 3.21. We have 2.56. We have 3.35, and etc. And then after that, we learn about rational number. What is irrational number? Irrational number is number irrational number is a number that there is no ending. For example, 3.3333333. Or we have 22/7, which is we call it as this is a pi number, or we call it as a e number 2. What is it? We go to the calculator. 7187182, etc. So this is a rational number. So now we study on complex number, which contain all this number. So what is complex number? Complex number is a number that contain in this form. Okay, a plus b I. So what is I? So we have I here. Okay. BI. So now in this form, for example, if we have example here. Example of complex number is, okay, let's say we have 3 plus b negative 2 I. So here, this is a complex number. As we can see here, what is A? A is 3. What is A? What is B? So this is our B. Negative 2. A is 3. Or we can say that, another example, if I put as a negative 3 plus pi I. So what is A and what is B? So we have, this is our A, this is our B, pi is our B, and then negative 3 is our A. So this is a complex number and others number, which is the complex number is more bigger field of our study instead of natural number, whole number, and real number. I can stimulate here. So if we have, okay, before we have studied natural number, we have 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then we learn about negative 1, negative 2, 1, 2, 0, 3, and so on, infinity. And then we learn about decimal. Decimal is a real number. So decimal is a real number. So we call it a rational number. And then we have another part of, which is not included in a rational number. We call it as irrational number. We call it as a irrational number, which is here is pi 2/2, 22/7, e, and etc. etc. So what is a complex number? So complex number include all of this number. So if we have complex number, So complex number is inside this. Everything here is complex number in form of a plus b I. Alright. Okay. For this, all this number, they have operation: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So how to add two number of complex number? Okay, operation. We have operation. Okay, operation. Operations. So we have addition. Add. So we have add two number. Okay, for example, we have 2 plus 3i. Another, this is z1. And then we have z2 as a 2 plus 1i. Okay. How to add? Okay, z1 plus z2. So we will have 2 plus 3i plus 2 plus 1i. If 1i, we just eliminate 1. Okay. Eliminate 1. Just put I. Okay, just put I here. Okay. So, we collect part A and part B. Okay, we have 2 plus 2 plus 3i plus I. So, here we will get 4. This is 4 plus 3i plus 1i equals to 4i. Alright. And then we have subtraction. Subtraction, if we 1 minus z2, what happened? So 2 minus plus 3i. Okay, minus 2 plus I. So what happened is, first we just eliminate the bracket here. 2 plus 3i minus 2 plus minus 2. So minus I. So here is a minus I. So this is minus I. So 2 minus 2 plus 3i minus I. So what we'll have is 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 plus 2i. Addition. Okay, addition, multiplication. For multiplication, we need to z1 multiply to z2. So what happened is 2 plus 3i, 2 plus I. So first is multiply this term. So we have 4. And then we multiply this with 2i, 3i plus 6i plus 3i square. Right. For division, z1 over z2, we need to know conjugation. So what is conjugation? Next is conjugate. What is a conjugate? But before that, before we go through, so we go to the complex number in general. In this general, we have irrational number inside of complex number, real number, rational number, integers, whole number, and natural number. Okay? And then we have imaginary part and a real part. Okay. Okay, we have A as a real number. And then there is imaginary part. There is I. What is I? I is square root negative 1. And I square equals to negative 1. So if we combine a real number and imaginary number, we have this. So Z equals to A plus B I. So what is A here? Is 2 and B equals to negative 3. So this number is very important to electrical engineering, quantum mechanics, and so on, so on. And then we can solve a lot of any polynomial equations such as these equations, which is if we have this, okay, x squared. Okay, if we have x squared equals to negative 9, so what we have is square root negative 9. So what is square root negative 9? If you put in calculator, so you will get max error. So what we can find from complex number, we can solve this equation is something like 3 square root negative 1. So this is equals to negative 1 times square root negative 9. So negative 1, square root negative 1 is, we have negative square root negative 1. If you in your mind, this is I. So we have here 3 I. Okay. This also happened here also. The solution is quite long. So next is, okay, this show that this is a real solution. If we have square root negative 9, we have no real solution. That is B. And then, so in your mind, you need to learn and to remember, I is square root negative 1. Okay, I is square root negative 1. It's very important. Then if we square negative 1, so square root negative 1 times square root negative 1 is equals to negative 1. Is something like 5 square root 5 times square root 5. You will have 5.